Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the REC podcast, brought to you by REC Comics and Collectibles. I'm your host, Roman Chavez, and with me, as always,
Eric Icarus.
this guy, kids. You can follow us on Instagram at REC Podcast. You can follow myself at Roman REC Podcast. You can follow the shop at REC Comics, where you can also visit us at 7679 North Union Boulevard in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And you can sometimes follow the Bomb Dude wherever you see him. Wherever you see him, if you catch him, you get a wish. Okay?
Yeah.
So, you know.
I'm like eternity.
Dang it. Yeah. Just a MacGuffin of wishes. All right?
That's right.
Kids, we are back from San Diego Comic-Con. Well, I'm back from San Diego Comic-Con. We had a little snafu on the Erik side.
And unforeseen circumstances,
The circumstances were big, and unfortunately, Erik was not able to come.
Unfortunately.
Your boy still went. Still had a blast. If you were following the shop at REC Comics, I was posting photos and stuff like that. We'll have some cool items for sale soon in the store and in a whatnot sale coming up. So we'll talk more about that on another show.
Nice.
But yes, I just wanted to touch some base on the trip and some of the things that we
started
did.
out. You had friends of the show watching the shop.
Oh yeah! So big shout out to Obsidian Sun Comics, Ken over there.
Yeah.
And the big tuna himself.
Yeah.
Holding it down.
Well, my man's was out of town and
making money.
How did it go?
They did well, man. They really did. Yeah.
Okay.
We were closed 3 days while I was gone, and those are our 3 slowest days normally. We made good money on the days that we were open. So thanks to the customers and the listeners, the people still came in. It really made my my trip a lot better. It made me stress out a lot less. So
that's
thank you
good,
so
man.
much.
Because I was hearing some things, man.
Oh yeah,
I heard Ken was calling people rat bastards.
Oh yeah, he's just slapping people, waving his gun around,
calling people things rat bastards.
Nah,
did you hear that?
No, I heard nothing but good things.
I heard that.
It
Ken's
was
a beast. He's a maniac, man.
He's a maniac. I probably shouldn't have him do it again.
He's like, you don't want to pay for these comics?
Yeah.
You don't want to get that other one?
He's like Joe Pesci and Goodfellas. Yeah, he's I heard nothing but good things. Set up some hold files while I was away. So,
oh really?
Yeah. So awesome.
Maybe you should hire that guy.
Just a couple highlights from the trip. Since your boy missed out, of course, we stopped in Vegas and they upgraded us to a suite in Caesar's Palace, which was legit, kids. The nicest hotel room I've stayed in. I wish my wife was there because I shared it with 2 other dudes, so the lovemaking was not as good as I was hoping, all right?
On one of the posts, I saw, was this in Vegas where you got the weird couples paraphernalia?
Yeah, no, that was in San Diego.
Was that San
I'll get
Diego?
to there.
Okay.
I'll get
I thought that was Vegas. Okay, we'll get there in a second. So road trip was great?
Road trip was great. Ate some good food. I'm on vacation. I just want to eat. And I ate some good food in Vegas. Ate at Bobby's Burger Palace for breakfast and got a sandwich. Oh, breakfast sandwich. So good.
Yeah.
So good. So rich. So delicious.
Bobby Flay, right?
Bobby Flay. And we ate at Gordon Ramsay's for dinner. Got us some nice steaks. I ate well and I lost weight. That's how much walking I was doing at this con. San Diego was fantastic. Unfortunately, right when we get there, we don't have the right room. We needed 2 beds. We only got 1 queen size bed. So, friend of the show, Dave. Dave gave him what fur?
Sure.
He gave him what fur.
He's like, you know who I am?
Yeah, they brought us a fold out bed for Casey, which he was fine sleeping on the floor, but he got himself a bed, and then Dave proceeded to rearrange the entire hotel room.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was like, we're gonna get, and honestly made it feel bigger. Didn't make it feel like 3 big dudes were crammed in this room. So hats off to Dave for that. And it was weird, man. This hotel, we've never stayed here before. It's called the Intercontinental.
The Continental?
Yeah, dude, Intercontinental Grounds, okay?
You can't kill people.
This was a lover's hotel, I'm not going to lie. They had like this, not complimentary, but it already had a stocked wine fridge, completely stocked already, mini shooters, all this stuff, all of these really nice snacks, I don't know, 15-ounce bottle of tequila, and it was like on this like thing on the desk that was like weighed, so that you would know if you took stuff out of there.
Right.
It also had, and what Erik was referencing earlier, a like lover's kit which had lots of things for people enjoying this room. Not us.
Right,
not
right.
us.
So like that, what was in this kit? Like some prophylactics. I'm assuming
you can check it out in my
essential oils.
Essential oils.
Essential romantic oils like thyme.
Yeah, rosemary,
Thyme,
sage.
Well, thyme is important to relationships. You got to give time to your partner.
All right, we're moving on. But yeah, it was a good con. I struck out left and right on exclusives, on the lovemaking. Yeah, man, I was throwing out hints and no, I was getting no nibbles on the line. All right, I wasn't getting any nibbles. But I did strike out a lot on the exclusives. I was able to bring some cool comics back.
Right. Yeah. Well, no, I was gonna say you said that it was a bit lackluster.
Not so much
some of the toy front.
On the toy front, for me, for sure. Like, Marvel didn't have any Legends exclusives. They had one Star Wars exclusive, one G.I. Joe exclusive, and it was a QR code to purchase it, and then they're going to ship it in December. So I didn't even get to bring anything back. It was very weird. There was probably around 30,000 people less than normal on purpose.
Makes sense.
And you did feel it. Like, you could kind of go like this.
Oh, wow.
And not hit anybody for a couple seconds, you know?
That's a little strange.
It was strange. Exclusives were delayed. Like, they were running out of comic exclusives daily. Like, even putting bizarre limits of like 50 per day. It's like, dude, there's still 130,000 plus people here.
That's not going to work.
50 comics per day for a certain cover. That's
a little insane, dude.
It was a little weird. It was a little weird. So
was the homie John Domey in there?
Oh yeah, it's peddling his comic wares.
I love it.
Something that was really fascinating are the amount of people that I would kind of somewhat consider in my peer group of like people who started on Instagram and have really blown up. Skeleton Key Comics, Nerdy Girl Comics, who's been big for a few years now. Yeah. But I remember seeing Nerdy at her own little booth at the con, she had a very big booth, had creators signing there. Shout out to Cobra Comics and Mac over there. They had their own booth. Comic Tom was there, Gem Mint. A lot of these guys who we all kind of, like, they have more success than I do, but I'm the only one of our group that has a storefront.
Right, the brick and mortar.
The brick and mortar. Right. So, I kind of consider myself in their group. But these guys are killing it. They're doing great things. And it was really cool to see people that I have been dealing with for years, selling to and buying from. I have not purchased from Nerdy because you'd want to talk about big comics.
No, I
she's
remember
got
her from you talking about her years ago, man.
So it was really cool to see a lot of our peer group just kind of doing the damn thing, and even to see some empty booths. There were some empty booths.
People didn't show up.
People didn't show. So I don't know if they lose their spot for good, but people that I had seen for years, like, I don't know their names, but, you just recognize faces.
Yeah.
And now, hopefully, nothing COVID happened to them or whatever, but it was really interesting to see our peer group and then to also see empty spots.
Jesus. Yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, so you made it there safe. Did you get to do any of the Hall H, or did you just hear things? Because obviously Hall H is not what it once was.
It is not what it once was.
Right before the show, or even before I went a few years ago, I had asked my boy, he was kind of like, maybe we don't do Hall H because it's the speed of the internet now.
Yeah.
You apparently, like you were telling me, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, you were going to get an exclusive for realsies.
Dude, you were. Yeah, I mean, even just about 5 years ago, you were going to see something that may not be seen for 3, 6 months. Early on, when I was going to con, you wouldn't see stuff for 9 months to a year later. It was really, really a fantastic experience and just a cool way for me to show you guys that I'm better than you.
Sure.
And now they've taken that away.
Right.
Now they've taken that away.
So what's the point of waiting in line?
That's true.
And you did say some people, involved with the panels they were literally phoning it in.
There were some people who had shown up on Zoom calls. There were still a decent amount of celebrities, but far less than normal. Friend of the show, Dave, who goes with us every year. I mean, he is a celebrity hunter, and he was striking out. He did not find nearly the types of
half
celebrities.
Of the people, right?
I mean, people that he's like really trying to make a reach to call them a celebrity.
Sure. But, like Breckenmeyer?
Yeah, dude, he totally brought up Breckenmeyer a lot. Yeah. He wasn't there, but, that's his, like, main prey, it seems like.
I mean, when I went, I was on the elevator with Olivia Munn.
Yeah.
Kind of didn't know it was her.
Yeah.
And if you want to get a celebrity to notice you, don't acknowledge them.
Yes.
Because she was, like, with her handler or agent or whoever, and I'm just sitting there, like, on my phone, and she gives me, I could have swore she gave me the...
Oh my God, it's Larry Moon.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of looking going. Yeah, I think I kind of bummed her out a little bit. I don't care about celebrities. I'm not a fan of celebrities. I like making them feel bad. But you know, well, you know what I like to do.
I like getting photos with them when I can. It doesn't mean anything, but I'm not looking for it. If it finds me, I'm cool. Sure. But I'm not celebrity hunting. That's Dave's department. Yes. And unfortunately for him, he was not as fruitful as he normally is.
That's a bummer. Were they just probably not there? Or they be more careful, more cautious? And
less of them there. If they were coming for their panel and leaving.
Bouncing. Okay.
Yeah, they weren't staying for the big parties or anything like that. Right. It was definitely a much more muted con than I've had in the past. Okay. But still, ton of fun. Like I said, I got some cool comics and some things. Definitely stay tuned. Check us out on Instagram at RC Comics to see what else we're going to have coming up. You know, there was a lot of, mystery in the air. At one point, Marvel wasn't going to be there. At one point, DC wasn't going to be there, at least their film division.
Reckenmeyer might
not be there.
But he wasn't.
And, it was we weren't really sure what we were going to get. Then it was announced like in late May, early June, hey, Marvel, we're going to show up. We're gonna bring some stuff. And then DC soon followed. And DC really needed to own. And they were really putting all their eggs in this Black Adam basket because they can't talk about Flash. Who knows what's going on with Aquaman. And their hopes lie on the shoulders of The Rock, the franchise saver himself, who's had a bit of a dip in popularity in the last year or two. So
just a scotch,
just a tad. So he's not what he was.
He's not rock bottom yet.
He's not rock bottom, but he has bottom rock prices. I don't know.
Yeah. He's gonna hit you with the people's elbow.
The people were really thinking that he was going to try to bring Henry Cavill to the con. DC was going to try to reaffirm, like, hey, we're going to bring Henry Cavill back. Yeah. Superman is coming, blah, 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 blah. The DC panel comes and goes, no Henry Cavill. And the internet wept.
Right? Yes.
They wept.
Yes.
It was not what people were hoping for from the DC panel. They showed some footage. It's fine, but did not move the needle. It was very concerning because we really expected them to at least set up some stuff that they were going to have coming out. And it fell flat. And unfortunately for them, Marvel came and they delivered. So I have to grab my paper.
We're going to get more crap because everyone knows that we are Marvel stans. Yep. And not because, it's because the quality is better. I'm sorry. I'm going to like what's better,
Arguably, the big trailer that they showed was for Wakanda Forever, for Black Panther 2. We've been very, very, on the edge of our seats trying to figure out what are they going to do? Are we going to get a new Black Panther? Doctor Doom going to be in it? Namor going to be in it? What's going to be the setup? I think Marvel does excellent trailers. We get Angela Bassett somewhat quasi-narrating in parts. Not even narrating, but just like some of her lines from the movie. She had a great line in the trailer that was synced up to the No Woman, No Cry / Kendrick Lamar mashup, which is fantastic. And she says something to the effect of, I am the queen of the most advanced nation in the world, and all of my family is gone. And it's like, well, what about Shuri? But, whatever. But she's got a point. She's got a point. Her husband died. Her son is obviously going to die in the film somehow, possibly off screen.
I mean, with good taste, they will do it off screen.
Yeah, hopefully in good taste, it'll be done well. But we do see the Atlanteans. We see the blue-skinned ones. We do see Prince Namor, Marvel's Aquaman, and kind of
predates Aquaman.
Yep, you are right. Yep. So the Submariner is from the All-American Squadron or whatever, and
which later became the Invaders.
The Invaders. Yeah,
Captain America and Android Human Torch,
and Toro.
Oh yeah.
Or is that Toro the Human Torch? No, I think Toro's is like sidekick.
Is it okay?
So I think the one guy is the Human Torch, and then there's Toro the Human Torch.
Oh jeez. Lots of torches.
Lots of torches. Captain America as well, obviously.
Lots of flaming.
Propaganda in the 40s for the
American
side.
Anti-Nazi propaganda.
Yeah.
I think Marvel, out of all the major comic book publications, was the least cringy when you look back on it. They weren't really using a lot of racial Japanese slurs like DC.
Not as bad. Not as bad.
Right, there are some times to look back and they would cringe, but not as bad.
But like I said, we did get to see our first look at, I believe his name is Tenoch Huerta, or Tenoch Huerta, and he's going to be playing Submariner. Had a little bit of a redesign, kind of a bone through his nose, but really did look quite cool.
Yeah, he's from Narcos Mexico. If you watch that show, great show.
Okay, so just kind of his big screen debut. We see Shuri. We do see at the end of the trailer somebody who did look, who was in the Black Panther outfit. From behind, there was some talk that it might be Lupita Nyong'o, that it could be Letitia Wright, who is Shuri, or is it Michael B. Jordan? It looked a little thin and framed to be Michael B. Jordan, but
it's clearly Shuri. It's why would it not be? I wanted to be Okoye because that would make more sense.
Okoye could be cool. Could still be Okoye.
I want that to happen.
That could be cool. We like her character so much.
She is my favorite character aside from Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah. Okoye, she's my favorite character.
Yeah,
Okoye and Lupita Nyong'o's character.
Oh yeah.
I remember now.
But obviously Okoye is the standout. General. If she's not Black Panther, I would just love an Okoye movie.
I'm down to see, and there's talk of that there was, now it's been canceled and retooled, so it might get folded into something else. But at one point, there was going to be like a Dora Milaje. Oh yeah, they were going to
do a show. That's right. Okay.
So we'll see what they end up.
Of course,
doing
pre-pandemic, so things do change. Yes. So, the trailer was very, just seeing Chadwick Boseman's image.
Yeah.
It really hits you.
It was a bummer. It was a bummer. And it was very somber.
In the best way possible.
Yeah.
It was a bummer in the best way possible.
The tone of it's very somber. You have Angela Bassett really saying some powerful things in there, seeing some very powerful imagery. For some reason, them giving birth underwater.
Yeah. You just see this Atlantean ripping out this fetus, like Hills Have Eyes 2 style.
It was a little, we'll see.
I want to see that in 3D.
The imagery of it looks really cool.
It looks good.
So,
except for, I don't know, the Atlanteans is going to have to grow on me.
I mean, they look like the comics for the most part. Blue skin.
I forgot all about the blue-skinned brothers.
Yeah, they it's going to be tough for it not to look like Avatar Way of Water.
That's what I'm saying.
So, but I mean, this is comic accurate. So.
Sure. Is it, in the comic books, is there like a war between the regular skinned Atlanteans and then the blue skinned
and the pinkies?
Is it really?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, that's why Namor is a mutant, because he has a different skin tone and the feathers on his feet, which they did show that quickly in there, which was really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Excellent trailer. Movie comes out in November. I cannot wait.
It's gonna be cool.
And in true Marvel fashion of Hall H, Kevin Feige came down with his flaming sword.
With his lightning bolt.
Just dropping the hammer, the fire, everything he could. And the biggest problem, we talked about it in the previous show, was this kind of forgotten phase, Phase 4.
Phase 4 is like the iPhone 12.
It's been a rudderless phase. We don't know where it's going. We don't know how we got here, but Kevin Feige did put it. He's like the purpose of this phase was to show you the heroes that are left and how they're dealing with the loss of Tony Stark, of the fight. It just feels so spread out because of the time it's been, because of COVID, which I totally get hearing it in that way. Mm-hmm. But he brought out the full list as it stands of Phase 5, setups for Phase 6, with 3 films being in there and several blank spots on the Phase 6 map. But the Phase 5 map is this. Phase 5 will kick off with Quantumania, with Phase 4 ending in November with
the Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
So we're going to get Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, which we know is going to introduce a Kang. We don't know if it's going to be the Kang, but a Kang. Secret Invasion will be a Disney Plus show. After that, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Echo, which will be a Disney show. Loki Season 2 will also be a Disney show. The Marvels, Captain Marvel 2, it was going to be a feature film. Blade, Ironheart, which will be a Disney Plus show. Agatha Coven of Chaos Disney Plus show.
Give it to me.
With, oh my gosh, what is her name? She played, obviously, Catherine Hahn, reprising her role as Agatha, which fan favorite from WandaVision. Followed by Daredevil Born Again. Dude, that was something I didn't see coming.
I didn't either.
They announced.
I thought we'd get it. I didn't think we'd get what you're going to announce right now.
So, we got an 18-episode run of Daredevil. Holy crap. By far the most episodes of a Disney Plus show. More episodes than a single season on Netflix.
Easily,
And we got a glimpse of She-Hulk, a new trailer for She-Hulk there, where we see a Daredevil in the red and yellow
classic,
costume.
Red and yellow.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be great.
After Born Again, we'll have Captain America 4, which is New World Order, which will have Sam Wilson as Captain.
W.O.
Woo!
For life.
And then the end of Phase 5 will conclude with a live-action feature film, Thunderbolts.
Oh, finally!
Yes, so fully confirmed Thunderbolts movie will round out Phase 5.
But no Thunder, we don't have a General Ross.
But I mean, I think that's, they're setting up the Countess, Julia Louis-Dreyfus character. She's been the one kind of setting up that team.
Okay.
So we've seen her. She'll be the...
But the point of calling them the Thunderbolts was because that was
Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah. And maybe they name it in honor of him.
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll fix it.
I'm good with that. I'm going with that.
Now, everybody, this is a Phase 4 and clearly a Phase 5 that is missing two very marquee films, okay? Two titles that we're looking for. So Feige, as powerful as he is, says, hey, I'll tell you what we're going to start Phase 6 with, and that's going to be Fantastic Four.
Of course.
Okay? So he shows Fantastic Four, the emblem, nothing new about that.
Right.
And then we see all of these blank dates that are nothing.
Right.
With Phase 6 culminating in 2 Avengers films.
Holy crap.
Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, and then Avengers Secret Wars.
There we go. Finally.
We go. Culminating, the first 3 phases of the MCU were known as the Infinity Saga.
Yeah,
The end of Phase 6, culminating in 4, 5, and 6, will be known as the Multiverse Saga.
Right. Makes sense.
So that's what they're giving it the title. Kevin Feige gave us a glimpse into where we're going, which I feel like...
X-Men drop.
No X-Men drop. X-Men drop Phase... but again, lots of...
Might as well wait for Phase 10 for that.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, he even said something like that, yeah. He's like, X-Men. He's like, we're not even thinking until Phase 10 for X-Men. So, but again, there's a bunch of dates throughout the Phase 6 thing that have yet to be filled that they may announce maybe at D23 next month. They still got some stuff that they can announce.
Right.
But, oh my gosh,
I'm
dude.
excited.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 more MCU things with shows and films.
Right. I'm just going to say this right now, and time will tell. Depending on how this phase goes up to Secret War, we will get Tony Stark back.
I think we'll get Tony Stark back in either Kang Dynasty or in Secret War.
Yes.
Yeah. We're already seeing the Secret Wars volumes going up in price.
Oh,
the
wow.
original ones from '84, Secret Wars 2, which kind of focuses more on the Beyonder.
Yeah.
Secret Wars 3, not as much because
doesn't really do with anything.
It's about an invasion into Latveria,
which is awesome.
And then Secret Wars, kind of the 4th volume, which has a lot to do with incursions, which they mentioned at least 3 times in Multiverse of Madness about incursions. So if you're looking for Secret Wars stuff in those dollar bins and those back issue bins, you might want to look into 2000. It might have been 2012s, 2014s. Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars. There's Doctor Doom stuff in there.
Yep.
There's Miles stuff in there. Fantastic Four stuff in there. Multiversal things there. So there's a lot of things. I think they'll do a blend of Beyonder related things and the incursion related.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think it can meld together pretty well.
Woo! I'm losing my voice. I got back to the shop today. I got back to the shop today.
Bastards
just
all day.
the whole day. Everybody's been coming in and asking me about the trip and everything, which, hey, I'm happy to talk about. But, whew, a lot of talking.
You should tell me, watch the podcast.
I should have, but I miss
it.
my guys, man. I miss my guys. Hey, be nice. You're not being nice today.
What do you mean?
It's because you didn't go to Comic-Con,
I think I'm a little grouchy about that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, people say, "Hey, Eric, tell me." I'm like, watch the show.
Yeah.
What are you talking to me? Don't talk to me.
Yeah, guys, I'm
actually the more approachable one.
Yes,
I really am.
I would prefer you talk to Eric than me. All right. But the Daredevil thing was something that I really when they announced it, I texted you immediately.
Oh, God.
Because 18 episodes is huge.
It's a lot. Which I love me some Daredevil, but even season 3 was stretching it, man.
Now, fortunately, in this, and unfortunately, they did a lot of their own interpretations of comic book related stuff for the Netflix shows.
Right.
There was still, but I mean, for my money, the Elektra stuff is the worst because it just ruined the.
It took away so much. Season 2 to me is the worst season.
Yeah,
hear me out.
I like the Punisher stuff.
Love the Punisher stuff, but it is not Punisher. It is Daredevil.
Yeah.
Punisher should have been a very relegated to the courtroom up until the last episode character. Mm-hmm. And they should have, and honestly, don't even bring Elektra in.
Yeah.
Didn't need Elektra for season 2. And bring Elektra in for season 3.
Mm-hmm. Which would have given 3 a little bit more legs.
Exactly. Because 3, they
Daredevil,
were
Bullseye,
reaching.
Elektra.
Yeah. So, I really hope they can pull more from the original Frank Miller.
I think they will. I mean, if you're going
to
give it the namesake, it's definitely going to be in that vein.
Sure. With
the way that we left Daredevil in the Netflix show,
right.
With now us seeing Wilson Fisk in Echo,
right?
In Hawkeye,
yeah.
Working with Echo. The idea on the internet that Wilson didn't blip. And Matt did.
Yes.
And during that time, Wilson kind of reestablished himself. Yeah. Maybe not as the kingpin of crime, but he got more power than he had when Matt was still there.
Exactly. I think that's how they're going to play it. And it's going to be great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited. I really
where's
think...
Vanessa?
Yeah. Ooh.
That's interesting.
Here we go. But, yeah, man, it sounds like a very packed list. But as far as you know, DC didn't really announce much. They just say, hey, we got Black Adam.
Yeah, like The Rock, I think Dave put it well that he thinks The Rock is becoming way too full of himself with this stuff. And if this Black Adam movie is anything less than an A, it's not a success.
It's not going to work.
It's not a success. We got to come back and watch it.
DC might have to literally go back to the drawing board as far as, what do we do?
Yeah.
They're kind of... I just call them Elseworld movies.
Yeah.
The Batman, the Joker. Those are the ones that are killing it, man.
Yeah.
So maybe if this Black Adam doesn't do good, they reestablish the new DCEU in those universes.
I mean, it's possible. It's very possible. They've already talked about doing a Joker 2 and possibly a musical.
I mean, that could work.
Matt Reeves' the Batman worked well.
Yeah, it did.
It's not perfect, but it's definitely better than some of the Batman stuff we've seen. It was a good story. I enjoyed it. I rewatched it in San Diego because I'm an old man and I don't go out anymore.
Right.
I actually rewatched the Batman there and saw Spider-Man No Way Home again.
Ooh.
Free HBO. That's always good stuff. But yeah, kids, that was the big stuff at Comic-Con for me for the films. I'm sorry that DC couldn't
pull it out.
They couldn't pull it out, pull it up, and put it away.
I meant to say pull it off.
Yeah, I meant to say pull it off too, and you got me messed up. But but thank you to Marvel, Kevin Feige and crew. Those guys, we needed that.
Yeah,
everybody's complaining because all this stuff started coming out that like Marvel is really tough to work with when it comes to the visual effects. And that, like, guys have, like, quit because of Marvel's demands, the short turnaround times, the, tight budgets. So it's interesting to see now that we're going to say 15, projects that need to be CGI.
Oh, yeah.
So...
I've been saying this a lot, man. I want there to be less CGI in movies. I know it's hard to do with these... I
want superpowers. It's got to be CGI.
I know. But at the same time, it's like... Go film in a real location. I understand that COVID put a...
Give us some texture.
Yeah, give us a little texture. I understand that when you were filming during COVID, things had to be... mandates and protocol had to be upheld, but Come on, man. Some of these movies are looking dated already, man.
We're gonna get. I think at the beginning of Phase 5, we're gonna be getting some good stuff. I'm so excited about Guardians.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be the one I'm really excited for.
Yes.
Guardians.
Yeah.
Besides Wakanda, but that closes out Phase 4, correct?
Wakanda should be closing out Phase 4.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll be the last film of Phase 4. We've had basically 3 years of Phase 4. Met with very lukewarm reception with some very cool high points. Yeah. So we can't forget how good Spider-Man was, or Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, Doctor Strange was good.
WandaVision, fantastic.
WandaVision was amazing. Thor was okay.
Loki. What else was the good show?
Eternals.
Moon Knight. These A+ knock them out of the park stories. All right, kids, that is our show. If you like what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button. Click the bell so you know we have new episodes, and tell us what you think of all of this great Marvel news in the comments below. What are you excited for? Did you like the Wakanda Forever trailer? I am excited. Eric, do you have any final thoughts for us today?
Yes, I do. Save your triumph, because victory comes at a cost. And Olivia Munn, I want my cigarette back.
Oh, what? All right, kids. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I have been your host, Roman Chavez.
I'm still Eric Icarus.
We'll catch you on the next podcast.